Nestled between the spectacular Great Barrier Reef and the Daintree Rainforest in Cairns are pockets of creative communities battling for recognition as they struggle to make a living from their work in a region dominated by nature tourism. Of course, there are the long-established creative communities in the Atherton Tablelands town of Kuranda, but artists and collectives in Cairns are trying a new way to connect with the larger community by holding a pub crawl with a twist. Held on a double-decker bus, the Cairns Creative Crawl takes tourists and locals on a tour of the city's creative spaces. For Books and Arts Daily, Cheryl Northey went along for the ride.
Hello.
It's Friday afternoon outside the Centre of Contemporary Art, Cairns. Over 70 people are preparing for a whirlwind tour of Cairns' innovative and creative spaces aboard the city's notorious double-decker party bus. Between teetotaling teenagers and overseas retirees are a group of rowdy women dressed in purple with red hats. Marie is part of that group and, with a glass of wine in her hand, she's ready for some fun.
I mean, where else in Cairns can you dress ridiculous like we do? With all our bling and other than the races. It's fabulous.
Can I just ask, is the art that you're going to see important?
Oh, excuse me. Yes.
50 up on the top deck. There'll be probably about 5 or 6 times that we'll load up, so there's always a chance that you can get up in that first 50.
Andrew Eilert usually drives the party bus around town on Tuesday and Saturday nights in a citywide pub crawl. He says the creative crawlers are a bit different to his usual partygoers.
The passengers are a little bit less active, but certainly have a good time, and they can have a look at some of the creative art spaces and things that council's doing in the area and get a chance to ride the double-decker bus without going on a booze cruise, so to speak. Hello.
Our next stop, I believe, is at the Cairns Botanical Gardens Visitors Centre. Beautiful building, beautiful building.
Cairns-based performance artist Brett Walsh is in charge of making sure the tour runs smoothly. It's a pretty tight schedule with 6 stops all up and only half an hour at each stop. Inside the Cairns Botanic Gardens Visitors Centre, a kaleidoscopic mirrored metal building reflecting the rainforest, is Jonathan Brilliant's massive site-specific installation of 50,000 wooden coffee stirrers woven together like a basket.
Just a couple of safety things. I'm riding the top deck of the double-decker bus tonight. It's a little bit different because it doesn't have a roof, so therefore some could be quite close to the birds and the trees up there. I'll do my best to try and navigate us around some of the lower branches.
The Creative Crawl heads back into Cairns, stopping at Circa 1907 Gallery, an old shop in the heart of the city.
Let's go, girls. Come on.
It's crammed with hundreds of tiny artworks by local artists. It's here I meet Rose Wrigley. She's part of the Knock Knock Contemporary Artists Initiative, who've organised this Sub 150 affordable art show. The idea behind Sub 150 is the artists keep the price of their artworks at $150 or less. This includes 3 small works by established contemporary Indigenous artist Aaron Meeks. His 3 vibrantly coloured prints, not much larger than postcards, are an outstanding example, says Rose.
His works are quite expensive. It's a wonderful opportunity for the local people and for art lovers to collect something that they may not have been able to afford in other cases.
The Cairns Creative Crawl started as a Cairns Festival initiative, but it's now held regularly throughout the year. There have been 10 crawls so far, but it's only the 3rd time the party bus has been seconded for time-poor art lovers. Rebecca Edwards from Creative Partnerships at the Cairns Regional Council organised this tour of Cairns' unique and interesting creative spaces. She says they cover more than just visual arts on the tour.
We've got really a mixture of things. We've got music, art, performance, comedy, and really, hopefully, a lot of fun.
Frank Harrison has been on previous creative crawls and enjoys being with like-minded people.
Oh, well, it's such a wonderful trip around no matter what the weather is, and everyone has fun together, and you don't have to be absolutely drunk, which is very often the case on a Friday and Saturday in cities.
In its own way, the Creative Crawl is tackling some of the challenges for artists in the region in a new way. Terri Golding-Clarke, also from Creative Partnerships, agrees.
Cairns is a great city, but it's a small city. The opportunities wouldn't be the same that may be there in capital cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide. It can be really hard for artists, and I guess what we don't want to see is artists having to move out on a permanent basis out of Cairns. It's great if they can go away, come back, but if we could create as much industry as we can, and that is ideal for artists, and it builds that cultural tourism product as well.
All right, who likes disco? Put your hands up. All right, we need all you people up the front, because bring it on, DJ Honey, all the way from Japan, via Kuranda. Let's go.
The last stop of the night is at an ongoing series called Mixed Grilled at the Art House, organised by Nicholas Mills, an independent producer and media artist. It's in the industrial area, just out of town. Nicholas Mills says the events he holds show the cultural melting pot of Cairns' contemporary art.
It's a show that's, I guess, designed to bring a whole bunch of art forms and cultural contexts together in one space. It traverses DJ culture, live music, traditional musics, new media, contemporary performance, experimental sound, live graffiti. I guess it's the stuff that exists in the cracks that you don't really see at the institutions. Cairns has a much more colourful and interesting cultural fabric than the tourism brochures will show you.
I'm sleepy and I want to go to bed.
Mills showcased a local ukulele duo, Bosco Honey from Kuranda, not only because of their diverse cultural backgrounds.
Yuki's from Japan. Dan is Indonesian Australian from Melbourne. They sort of smash the stereotypes of ukulele songmaking. But Bosco and Honey play a really beautiful set of soul, pop and, even a little bit punky sort of influences to their music.
Before we part and dream our dreams alone, just come over here.
Creative Darren Nucky says Mixed Grilled highlights the uniqueness of Cairns' art.
It reflects the Cairns scene where there's so much going on and people exploring different mediums, but bringing it all together under one hub and not really genrifying or specialising as lots of places in larger cities tend to do. And it's one of those things where it's kind of exciting and it really builds that sense of community as well.
And with regular events like the Cairns Creative Crawl and Mixed Grilled, the region's artists are hoping to show that besides reef and rainforest tourism, there's also a burgeoning contemporary art scene to savour as well.
Cheryl Northey on the Cairns Creative Crawl, and the next Creative Crawl is in November. We'll put details on our website.